No, I shouldn't be allowed to go. I should not be allowed on the road. My attention span is not.
I feel like if Lexi fell off a hoverboard, she should probably wreck a car.
Yeah, she's never got to go anywhere.
Okay, classic. Okay, so for those of you who don't remember, I'm Miss T. I know I'm not here super often, normally around once a week with you guys. So I just wanted to reintroduce myself. I'm studying at OU, so I'll be here for the whole rest of the year, full-time next semester, but part-time right now. So thanks for letting me teach you guys today. Appreciate it. So today we're going to review the numbers, and then we're going to do an activity later on and then kind of see where we go. So right now you guys don't need your Chromebook, so go ahead and shut those for me, please. We'll use them a little bit later. We have an assignment on Classroom, but it shouldn't be too hard. We'll kind of do it together so you guys can figure out what we're doing. So we're just going to review the numbers starting off. So we'll review kind of the numbers that are on the board first, and then we'll go through, and I've randomized the numbers kind of like you guys did on Wednesday. So we'll go through those, and then we'll do our activity. Okay. So whenever you're talking in Spanish and you don't know a word that you're going to say, you don't know how to say it in Spanish, so say you have a vocabulary word that you want to use but you don't know how to say, you can say como se dice blank in español, and that's kind of how you would ask. So if you say como se dice 34 in español, that would be you asking me how to say 34, and then I would tell you 34. Does that make sense? Okay, so if you guys ever need to ask how you say something, that's what you can say. And it'll be up at the rest of the top of the slides just so you guys have a little bit more Spanish that you can use and that you can ask me questions with if you ever have them. You can always ask Mrs. Clark too if you guys have questions about how to say something specific. Okay, so we'll review kind of the first numbers that are our basis of our math problem. So, ¿cómo se dice one in español? No, muy bien. ¿Y two? Dos? Tres? Three. How do you say three? Seis. Sí. Four? Five? Six? Seven? 8? And 9. Okay. And then we're going to go through some of the trickier ones here. So we'll go over 10 in a little bit. But remember, once clase repite once. And what is once? 11? Perfect. ¿Y 12? 13? 14? ¿Y 15? Okay, those are kind of the trickier ones since they aren't the math problems kind of like everything else. So does anybody have any questions about those or pronunciation? Does everybody feel like they can pronounce those ones pretty well? Do we want to go over pronunciation of them real quick? Or do we just want to keep going? Keep going? Okay, perfect. Okay. ¿Y cómo se dice 10 en español? 10. ¿Y 20? 20. Sí, 20. With a B, not a V. 20. And then 30? 30. Muy bien. 40? 40. Sí. And 50? 50. Muy bien. Okay. So now we're going to go through and we're going to say together all of the randomized numbers. So I want you guys to all speak loudly and proudly because I know you guys will be really good at these. Remember, they're mostly math problems, so if you don't remember how to say a certain word, just use your base, so one of these ones, and then whatever number 1 through 9 that you need. Okay. ¿Y cómo se dice 4 en español? 4. Muy bien. 32? 32. Muy bien. 2. Muy bien. 27. 27. Muy bien. 59. Muy bien. 18. Muy bien. 39. Muy bien. 46. Sí. 54. Muy bien. 8. Muy bien. 50. Sí, muy bien. So this one's not 13, but it's 13, yeah. So that's one of those exceptions to where normally we have the math problem, but this one, so 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, those aren't the math problems. So those are specific ones that you're going to have to remember with that. So that can be a little tricky, so just keep that in mind. 24, muy bien. Okay. 0, sí, muy bien. 42. 20, muy bien. 56, muy bien. 29, muy bien. 47, sí. 3, easy one. You guys got that one down. 55, sí. 25. Muy bien, 52. 37, muy bien. 10, muy bien. 48. Okay, for these next couple of ones, I'm going to call on you guys and see if you guys can do them, not as a whole class, to make sure that everyone's participating a little bit. So is there somewhere we want to start? I'll probably go down the rows, but is there anybody who wants to volunteer to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
I'll go first? Okay, perfect. You're Scott, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. I'm just trying to learn your guys' names still a little bit too, so I wanted to double check. Okay, Scott.
17.
17. Okay, we're going to go on to Aiden now. Ready? Okay. So this one's not 14, this one's 15. So how do you say 15? It's actually 15, so it's not one of the math problems. So it's a little bit of a trickier one, and it's harder to pronounce too with the Q. So it's 15. Clase repite 15. 15. Muy bien, that's 15. Okay, so we're going to do Macy now. You ready, Macy?
Sure.
Okay.
5.
5, muy bien. Okay, so we're going on to Alex.
57.
57, muy bien. Okay, now we're going to loop back around to Sydney.
26.
26, sí, muy bien. Okay. Okay, so we'll go to, is it Kylie or Kaylee? Kylie, okay, perfect. Just wanted to double check. Okay.
33.
33. Kaylee, you ready? Perfect. Perfect. Very good. Okay. Gavin, you ready?
Yep.
Perfect.
14.
14, sí.
14.
Okay, Kenzie, you ready? Perfect. Muy bien. Kaylee?
22.
22. Okay, we're going to go back to Shaylee, correct? Perfect. Just wanted to double check. No, muy bien. Okay.
34.
34, muy bien.
45.
45, muy bien. Okay. Diana, is that how it's pronounced? Okay, perfect. This one's yours. 50, it's not dos, so it's 8. So what's 8 on there? 8, muy bien. So 58. Okay. Ready, Dylan? Perfect.
6.
Perfect. Grant?
19.
11. Okay, Alexis, we're coming to you. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
23.
23, muy bien. Good job. Okay, Madeline?
36.
36, sí, muy bien. Okay. Riley? 7, muy bien. Okay, Dylan?
21.
21. Okay, perfect.
11.
11. Okay.
40.
40, muy bien. Okay, so do anybody want to volunteer to do some more? I'm not going to make you all go through and do them all again, but I'd like to have some volunteers. But I can pick people if you'd like. Okay, perfect. Wayne.
31.
31, muy bien. Okay, who wants to go next? Okay, perfect. Bailey.
9.
9? Okay. Got another volunteer? Logan?
53.
53, muy bien. Okay, got another volunteer? Okay, perfect. Riley? 16, muy bien. Another volunteer? Okay. Is it, how do you pronounce your name, Dane?
Dane, yeah.
Dane? Okay, perfect. I'm just trying to make sure I get them all down. Dane? Okay.
Diaz is Quattro Diana.
Okay, so instead of quattro, how do you say 40? It's a different word than 4. So you have the right idea where you're trying to go with the first digit. So is it 20? Is that how you say it? Or is that, what's 20?
That's 20.
20? And what's 30?
30.
30? And so then what's 40?
40.
40. So what would this one be then?
41.
41. Perfect. Okay, we have another volunteer. Okay, Sydney.
30.
30. Perfect. Another volunteer. Okay, Scott.
That's the weird one, right?
It is one of the weird ones, you're right.
Dosi.
Dose. That's one of the weird ones to pronounce because it doesn't look exactly how you think it's pronounced. So, good job. Okay, I got another volunteer. I can call on people instead if you guys want. Okay, Dylan.
44.
44, muy bien. Okay, we got another volunteer. Okay, ready? You want to go?
38.
38. Okay, perfect. Anybody else? Okay, let's do Grant. Grant, are you ready for another one?
Yep.
Perfect.
43.
Perfect. Okay. Let's have Ross do one. How about that?
35.
35, muy bien. Okay, Macy, you want to do another one? Sure.
38.
You guys are doing perfect. I think you could take your quiz today and you guys would probably be doing pretty well. Yeah, I know, probably not. You guys don't want to take it? Want to maybe wait a little bit more? Okay, perfect. Let's do Alexis. Let's have you do another one. Oh, just kidding. We're not going to have you do another one. You lucked out. Okay. So now we're going to do the activity on your Chromebook. So we're going to do the first one together. This is called Romper el Código. So it's a code break activity. So this is going to be the key, and then the key is also on the Google form that I have you guys have on Google Classroom. If you can't see it for whatever reason, let me know so that we can get that.
Oh no.
Okay, give me a thumbs up when you guys are ready to go, ready to start. Let me explain all that. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to start explaining for those of you who are still working a little bit, so try and pay attention, multitask a little bit. So what we're going to do is I have the numbers 32 through 59, and they're all paired up with a letter of the Spanish alphabet. We remember when we did that earlier this year, right, during the first 9 weeks? Perfect. Okay, we also remember most of our vocabulary words that we did for the first and second set. Okay, so what we're going to be doing for today is I'm going to say a number, and it's going to pair with a letter. So if I say 32, that means that I want you guys to write down an A in the blank. And so we're going to go out, and we're going to spell different words. So I'm going to say a string of numbers, and I can repeat them as often as you guys need it. So we'll do the first one together to kind of make sure that everybody understands what we're trying to do. And if you guys have any questions or if things aren't clear, then you guys can absolutely ask me questions. Please ask me questions if you don't understand, because I want to make sure that everyone's getting this right and that I'm explaining myself well. So far, does anybody have any questions about what we're doing? So I'm going to say a bunch of not so random numbers, but I'm going to say a bunch of numbers. You guys will have to listen, figure out which letter it's supposed to go in, and it's going to spell out a word that you already know in Spanish. Okay, so we're going to do the first one together, and so then at the end we can, during each one, I'll have you guys say what letter it is just to make sure everybody is understanding. Okay, so our first letter, and you're going to fill this in on the blank still, so it's going to be word number 1. What is word number 1? Okay, so the first number is 34. 34. So which letter am I talking about?
C.
C. Perfect. So you'll write that in the blank for you. And every number that I'm about to do in this string of numbers is going to go in the same blank. So it'll all spell out a word. Okay, so the second number, 44. 44. So what letter is that? 44. Yep, so it's number 54. So what letter are you putting in the blank? You? Absolutely. Okay. 44. That was the second letter. Okay. 50. Sorry, guys. I apparently can't speak today, so it happens. It happens to me, so if you guys mess up, ain't no skin off my back. You guys are good to go. 54. Sorry about that. Okay. So that one's the U. Are we ready for the third letter? 32. 32. Oh, it's pretty easy. What letter is it? A. Okay, perfect. Okay, for our next letter, letter 4 in this word, 35. 35. Okay, what letter is that one? D. Okay, any guesses so far as what we're trying to spell out, or do we still need a couple more letters to figure it out? Cuaderno, sí. So we'll go through the rest of it, even though you guys kind of figured it out. Okay, so the next letter, letter number 5, is 36. 36. Okay, so what letter is that? D. D? Okay, perfect. Okay, so our next letter is going to be 51. 51. And what letter is that? Okay, perfect. So our next letter is going to be 46. And this time it is actually 40. 46. Okay, what letter is that one? N. N. Okay, and our last letter for this word is 48. 48. Okay, so do we understand what we're doing for the next one? Okay, so we have 5 more of those, so we're going to go through them, but I'm not going to go through and ask you guys what letter it is, so you guys are going to have to figure it all out on your own. Remember that we're keeping our eyes on our own screen, so try to do this the best that you can. You know these words, and you should know how to spell them, so if you misunderstand one of the letters, you should still be able to get the answer, but you guys are doing pretty well with numbers, so I think that you guys have got this. Okay, so for our second word, and the second blank, our first letter is 55. 55. Okay, you guys ready for the next letter? Okay.
50, right?
55. Okay, the next letter is 36. 36. Okay, if you guys need me to repeat anything, just let me know and I can do that too. Okay, so our third letter is 46. 46. Okay, everybody ready for the next one? Okay. 53. 53. Okay. Our next letter is 32. 32. Okay, 2 more letters left. Our next letter, 46. 46. And our last letter for this word is 32. 32. Okay, perfect. So we're going to move on to the next one. Once we're all done, I'll have you guys say them, but this way it's a little bit more like you guys are doing it as an assignment, but we can go over them in the meanings of all these vocab words in a little bit just to review them. Okay, everybody ready for our third word? Perfect. Okay, our first number is 45. 45. Okay, the second letter in this word is 32. 32. Okay, next, our third letter, 35. 35. Okay, our fourth letter, 51. 51. Okay, and our last letter for this word, 36. 36. Anybody need me to repeat anything in that word?
All of it?
All of it? You want me to repeat them all?
Yeah, I hear words, so.
Okay, perfect. So the first letter, 45. 45. Ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Okay, 32. 32. Okay, 35. 35. 50. 51. 51. And then 36. 36. Okay, we good to go on that one? Okay, so then down to number 4. This one is a little bit longer, so bear with me. If you guys need me to repeat anything, please ask so that you guys can get as many points as possible. Okay, so our first letter for this one, 36. 36. Okay, we ready for letter 2? Okay, letter 2. 52. 52. Okay, the third letter is 53. 53. Okay, our next letter, we ready for it? Okay, 50. 54. 54. Okay, our fifth letter, 35. 35. Okay, we good to go? Okay, our sixth letter is 40. Cuarenta. Okay, the next letter. 32. 32. Okay, ready for the next letter? Okay. 46. 46. Okay, we've got 2 more letters left. Okay, the next one. 53. 53. Okay, and our last one. 36. 36. Okay, everybody got that one? Do we need me to repeat any of the letters? Okay, perfect. So we're going to move on to number 5 then. Everybody ready for number 5? Okay, so our first letter is 34. 34. Okay, the second letter, 32. 32. Okay. Our third letter is 51. 51. Okay, our fourth letter is also 51. 51. Okay, and then the last letter for this word, 48. 48. Okay, does anybody need me to repeat any of the letters for that word?
For those students planning to meet with the Shawnee State Representative of Period 4, we apologize, but that has been moved to Period 7. If you planned on meeting with the representative of Period 4, you can make it to either Period 6 or 7 after speaking with your teacher and confirming it with them. Then that would be fine. Thank you.
Can you repeat the third letter?
The third letter of number 5 is 51. 51. And that's the fourth letter too for that one. Okay, we ready for the last one? You guys are doing a great job. I was feeling that you guys would be ready to take a test right now. We're not going to do that to you, but you guys would be ready, I think. Okay, so number 6. The first letter, 49. 49. Okay, the second letter, 54. 54. Okay, the third letter, 49. 49. Okay, the fourth letter, 40. 40. Okay, our fifth letter, 53. 53. Okay, we got 2 more letters left. Okay, next letter, 51. 51. Okay, and then our last letter for this word is 36. 36. Okay, are there any letters that you guys need me to repeat for that one? Okay, perfect. So whenever you're done with that, Go ahead and submit that form. Make sure your name and your period's on it, just so we can make sure that we get you the credit for it. And then whenever you're done with that, give me a thumbs up. And then we're going to go over what our words were. I just want to make sure it's all submitted first so that nobody's trying to write the answers down after. Okay, raise them up so I can see them behind your Chromebook, just so I can make sure. Everyone submitted it? Okay, perfect. So what was our second word? What was it? Ventana. What does that mean? What does that mean in English? Window. Very good. What was our third word? Madre. See. What does that mean in English?
Mom.
Mom? Perfect. What was our fourth word? Estudiante. Muy bien. Our fifth word? That was our sixth word. What was our fifth one? It started with a C.
Okay.
Carro. What does that mean? Car. Perfect. And then our sixth word, like Logan said, was pupitre. What does that mean? Student desk. Okay, are we feeling pretty good about numbers? Pretty easy math once you remember our little base ones? Okay, perfect. So that's all I have for you guys. So we're going to go ahead and start getting you guys ready to go. So make sure you pack up your stuff so we can start getting you guys.
When I went to submit it, it was race 7.
Well, that's weird. Okay. That's really weird. Okay, I'll look at it. Maybe it did submit it. I don't know. Look in your Google. Can you look in your Google Drive and see maybe if it's still there? I know you were working. I saw you working on it.
When I went to submit the form, it